Thomas R. I'm currently a ULA for the W200 course, and if you're watching this video, you are working on your ISTE standard page for your ePortfolio. Specifically, this will be for the WIX website, so if you're looking for a Weebly tutorial, you are in the wrong video. Please divert your attention to a different video now. With that being said, let's begin. We'll go into it. This is the ePortfolio description page. You can find your requirements for your web pages here. If you are in my class, if you're in the asynchronous course, obviously we'll be having a office hour session over here. So if you also have questions on that, please direct them to me or your ULA and professor. But anyway, let's get into the video. As I said, this is the description page. Here you have a link. You should have a link to the ISTE standards page. But what your ISTE page should be a list of the 7 ISTE standards, the descriptions, and their subcomponents. Under each of these standards, you'll have 2 of your works, a badge, a piece of your online lesson module, or a page from your ePortfolio. Something that you make in the class that shows that you have achieved this standard or that you understand this standard. You'll have to include a link to these works. It could be a download link, could be a website link, or could be an embed link. Thinking about our CARP principles, you'll either want to embed that or link it to another website. I know mine probably isn't the best example because I used a lot of download links or links to other websites. But if you want to influence those CARP principles, you'll want to embed those. But just some tips for designing. Remember, your audiences are professionals, people that you'll be looking at to show this in the future, school administrators, other teachers, parents too. Also consider parents. Write in a professional tone. I suggest not only rereading it, but I've also found that Grammarly is a very good tool to use. There's a free version, then there's also a premium version. I don't have the premium version, but my friend does, and she highly recommends it. Think about CARP principles and use professional images. Thinking about your About Me page. You don't want to use a picture that you would post on your Instagram for your friends. You'd probably want to post something that you'd give to your grandmother for like a senior picture. Make sure all of your linked works are publicly accessible. When you're done making your page, you'll want to preview it and just make sure that everything works. We call that debugging in the cell program. But regardless, let's get right into it. We'll go to the ISTE page. This is what it should look like. Obviously, I'm already here. There'll be a standard subheading page, but you'll have to include all these, copy and paste the kind of what it says. So educators continually improve their practice by learning from and with others and explore proven and promising practices that leverage technology to improve student learning. And then you have your 3 subcomponents here. You have leader, citizen, collaborator, designer, facilitator, and analyst. Now, what will that look like? Here is my page. It's not the best with CARP. I think I should improve it. It has been a couple months since I've came back in and messed with it. But as you can see, I have my standard and I have my description. Now, that was when I was in W200. You're going to want to include your subcomponents as well. And make sure just to have your CARP principles. Underline text usually shows that there's a link. But I have my standard. I have 2 examples. So for the learner standard, I chose a Twitter chat and content exploration. These were 2 badges. Twitter chat was one that we had when I was in W200. The leader standard, I used Wakeland Apple Teacher. Citizen standard, the digital citizen technology resource. That's what we had in W200. We made technology resources, and it seems that was replaced with the online lesson module. And copyright and plagiarism. Collaborator standard, Twitter chat, SMORE. Designer standard, project-based learning technology resource, and my technology integration technology resource. The facilitator standard, my computational thinking technology resource, and project-based learning technology resource. And then finally, the 7th one, analyst standard, technology integration technology resource, and production task. And as you can see, under each of these examples are a description, and this says how the technology resources or your badges, your online lesson module pieces, or ePortfolio, how they mix in with this. Now, kind of to show you how some of this works, linking and adding text, you should already know how to do that, but if you don't, there'll be a plus here. You can add text, images, buttons, galleries, decorative interactives. But let's say we want to add a piece of text. You can add different types of text, headings, paragraphs. I'll just take a small paragraph here. Here we go. I'm a paragraph. Click here to add your own text and edit me. It's easy. You double click it. Hello, this is for the ISTE Standards page. And obviously you have all this text now. You can link it with this chain link here. But first we need to select chess. So let's say we want to link the ISTE Standards page to our ePortfolio. Obviously you can change your what theme you want to use, the font you're using, font size. Pretty typical editing software. But we'll link it here. And then you can link a web page, a page, an anchor, top and bottom of the page. You can link different documents that you have. You can link an email, you can link a phone number, you can link a lightbox. Let's focus on a web address. And what we do is we go back to our standards page, double click twice, copy, go back to WIX, paste it here. And you can decide, will it replace this window or will it open up a new window? I'll just, for the sake of simplicity, we'll keep it at a new window. Awesome. So that should work now. And what we can do before we save, right here in the top right hand corner, is where you can save, is you can preview it. And this is what I recommend you do when you're creating pages, is you use this preview tool. And I can click on my different links. This will obviously download the link, so I don't want to do that. Here's another link that I can use, my S'more badge. I'll link to my S'more, what I created for my S'more badge. Here's my, wow, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've been here. But you have different types of, you can link your different resources. Particularly useful if you made a lot of resources with web-based clients. So let's go down. Where is it? There we go, right here. Hello, this is for the ISTE Standards page. Obviously, it now looks just like a regular box. And you click it, and it links to the page that we have here. But just making sure that your page has usable links that are working and connect to the different resources that you have. And that is substantial to meeting the requirements. We want to see that you can link or embed your tools or your different resources that you made. But yeah, then again, just to reiterate, what you'll need to describe what the standard. You'll have to say what the standard is. You'll have to just say what the standard applies to. Remember to include your subheadings. That is not on my page. So just to reiterate again, that's not on my page. You'll need to have the subheadings of the standards. And going back to the page, 1A, 1B, 1C, they're under each of them. To access them, click the plus. And then links to your different resources. You need 2 for each of those, so you have 14 resources in total. When I was in W200, I was allowed to double count some of your resources, but make sure to diversify your website as much as you can, just to show that you are using these. And then obviously you have a description. Make sure it's substantial enough, professional, has little errors, little to no errors. We'll want no errors. But we do understand if you miss an error here or there. But then when you're done, you can save it, and then you can publish your site, and people will be able to see this. That's what we mean by going live. People will be able to see your website. It'll show you your link. You can share it. They'll want you to upgrade. You don't have to, unless you think that this will be a substantial thing that you're using, or a substantial tool that you think you'll use for other websites. And you can disable that, obviously. But thank you for watching the ISTE standards page tutorial. If you have any questions about CARP design or the ISTE standard page, make sure to reach out to your ULA or professor, whoever they may be. Uh, but just know that we're here for you, and regardless of whether it applies to what we're talking about or not, that we're all here for you, and that we want what's best for you. So yeah, don't be afraid to reach out. Have a great week, and I will see you in the next tutorial.